Parasite first up versus Top G, trying to go for a bit of a rematch. Parasite with full heat, ready to go. Top G ready to explode. The sigil was down, but the man was able to walk out of it last second. Fear onto Parasite, trying to go for a slow second win. Is not even going to be able to kick up at all, as he's trying to see if he can maybe get him some more health. Borrowed a lot of health, having to pay the dividends now. Having to go for a big defensive. Is Parasite able to push him, force some stuff, backing up out of there. He doesn't want to fight Top G when he's in a full recovery mode. Top G trying to utilize this to maybe get away. Does second wind kick back in, because unless Parasite does something, does get to avoid the storm with that eventual retreat stun, but the immolation aura just burns the warrior down from the inside. Parasite trying to go for a quick fear onto Blood Dagger. Got a sepsis rolling on him. Needs to find a way to deal with the rogue. Does go in for the eye beam. Is going to be able to stun Blood right now. Mad damage is going to get him super low stun right after Blood Dagger. No whatsoever. Does go for the vengeful to try to see if he can deny the rogue. NDCC cheat death procking. Vanish out. Glock of shadows for the rogue. Trying to see if he can bail out of there. I don't know if Parasite got line of sight. He does have the sight over the rogue. Taking him out before he can even escape. With Rosie going to be up next. Oh, switch to one guy entirely. Playing that survival. Trying to see if he can trap down Parasite, but he backs up out of there. He's able to weave himself around the hunter and around those traps. Does get hit with the disarm. Quick stun, force out a trinket. Big sigil does erupt onto Rosie as they do go in for a stun into Parasite. Unable to lock him down though. There goes the metamorphosis. Able to stun the main pet. Might be able to work that thing down for a little bit. Rosie did end up popping up a turtle shell. So Parasite can't even attack Rosie anyway. Trying to see if he can swing around the corner, avoiding all the traps completely. Deathstroke comes upon him as he does get hit with a stun. Doesn't sit long at all. Freak the trap. Does break fairly quickly, and Rosie just gets absolutely eviscerated with Delete You. Gonna be up next. Immediate immunity out for Parasite, trying to see if he can just transport himself into a safer spot. He gotta find a way to go for hit and runs onto Delete You. The warrior has a trinket so he can break out of whatever CC you throw at him. You got to get yourself plenty of resources. You have yourself vengeful retreat to see if you can immune a stun. If you can do so, that'd be great. Play dance with a couple of glaze throws, forcing out a defensive out of Delete You really early on, which is huge for Parasite. Trying to go for a leap around the corner isn't going to be enough. However, trying to see if he can maybe reconnect with Para, but he's able to avoid him entirely. Got himself full flames ready, able to immune the stun. Does not have to worry about CC for a little bit. Got himself an opportunity to go in big damage. Massive eruption onto Delete You. Does end up going down in the waterfall. I couldn't even figure out what the hell was happening. And C-Mark is the last one left over for the Team 1. This man has to find a way to fight the Parasite and the rest of Team 1. But he's got to first commit everything into the Demon Hunter. He's walking in fresh with everything available. Para does not have a trinket, does not have meld, does not have immunity, so he is going to be at a disadvantage. So right now, if Silvark utilizes his damage right now, he might be able to get the best chance he's ever gotten to fight against Para. Last time, Silvark was slightly behind on a handful of cooldowns, not heavily, slightly. But I think this time around, the ball should be in his court. Got himself full drills onto Para. Oh my god. Yeah, that is to be said. He was going in without as many defenses as possible. I would love to see Silvark and Parasite duel each other, full cooldowns, no dampening, no nothing. But right now for Silvark, this is an opportunity here. He's got the entire Team 1 that he's got to find a way to chip away at. Got himself full Ring of Fire. Cloak of Shadows for a Haki. Trying to see if he can get back over to Austin. Just running over there really quickly. Is able to reconnect. That is an Assassination Rogue. As long as you are very careful with the dots and the death mark of the rogue, you might be okay, because once the death mark is upon you, all the bleeds and all the poisons are just going to double up in value. Reverse sweep. We'll see if Austin is able to get himself a setup like this. Got himself barrage, mad damage on the shadow, does force a vanish out of him, but he's still dotted. Somebody's gonna get him out in the open. He can't sit himself for too long. Got himself a step blind onto Austin. Then he goes in for an ice block. Hold on a second. You just committed an entire ice block just to break out of the CC. I guess he wanted to make sure he doesn't ever get behind the rogue ever. As he's walking into Ring of Fire, I think the rogue is dead. Touch of the Magic, I think the rogue is just dead. Hold on a second. Cheat death? I think he just burned up. Wait. Hold on. He's alive? Oh no. I was gonna say, he did walk into Ring of Fire back and forth. He just sizzled himself. He never got to press death mark. That is so unfortunate. As Chicago is gonna be up next. Normally, in any other expansion, this is where it will be the Shaman's advantage here. Is able to force Austin over to him, dropping him in with a totem with a big old grip. Sunder onto the mages. He's trying to see if he can bail out of there. Big Elder Blast in. Normally, this is where Shaman would be at a massive advantage. Able to just remove every buff from the mage. As soon as he gets himself any kind of power gains, he can just wipe it all clean. Just purge all of it away. But as of recently, mages have been in such a good advantage, and I guess any melee, even against the shamans, they generally do really extremely well in a 1v1 setting. Ring of Fire surrounds the guy, Arcane Orbs flying in every direction, just getting barraged from a distance. It was a big mortar that is the Arcane Mage, blasting him away, able to root him in place, at least able to keep him in a position for a moment. It's going to be a blink out of the lasso, breath to follow, goes in for a knockback. Chicago able to get at least a lightning bolt from a distance, summoning up all these raptors, so it's plenty of maelstrom that he can generate, looking to get himself a lot of healing. Next lightning bolt could actually be kind of deadly. He does have double lightning rapture, so that should do quite a lot of damage. Leaping in, big thunder, Austin with a trinket touch of the magic onto Chicago, trying to see if he can avoid him, looking to get himself plenty of distance, trying to see if he can keep the shaman at bay at an arm's reach, but also wants to make sure he doesn't get himself full recovery. Ring of Fire, orbs around the corner, Arcanosphere is going to go through the middle. Chicago trying to see if he can bow out of there, but walks to the fire with the barrage, does end up executing him, and Austin jumping down a low platform, needs to sit down for some food. Immediately Tyr doesn't even want to give him a chance. Ring of Frost catches him out in the open. He knows he wants to get in there. He's gonna get frozen. Austin with a poly, almost gets it. Oh, try to go for a kick, does end up juking him completely as Tyr trying to see if he catch back up to Seavark, knocking him back. He goes in for a step, big blink right afterwards, Nova to follow. Barrages are gonna at least slow him down. Ring of Fire on one side, and is able to actually push in. He's trying to see if he can maybe pressure the rogue right now. He got himself full cloak. Alter time available for Austin, so he's actually in a great spot right now. Defensively, he's a-okay. Cheap shot out of Tyr, does burn double vanishes, so he doesn't have any more outs whatsoever. Last cheap shot, try to see if he can do a disorient Seavark on his cooldown reduction. But Tyr right now, he was just behind the pillar, cannot really get away from this Arcanosphere. I don't think he can evasion it. Does dip on the low platform, looking to sprint out of there. I think Austin's just gonna sit down for food. Yep. Invis sitting down for food. The rogue is going to be able to create himself a situation where he's going to back the hell up. Austin is not going to use blinks to chase after the guy, but not touch the Magi. Nether Temple still keeps the rogue out in the open, so Austin at least is aware where the rogue is going to be. Mits him with the missiles before he can even get himself a reset. Gouge? Does this rogue finally get himself a reset or not? That is the question right now. Try to think going. Did you go in for a stun? Was that like what? It looked like you had the animation of a stun, but I don't think it was a stun. There goes a kidney shot. Touching the Magi onto Tyr. Does not have a way out of it right now. He's just taking so much damage. But next barrage is going to be the end of you. Winsows, I think Cheat Death didn't even proc for this man. The game decided, you know what? I know you were behind, but I'm not going to give you Cheat Death. We've seen so many times Cheat Death just not proc for whatever reason. For one or another. I don't understand why. As Austin got himself orbs, explosives all over the place, trying to see if he could find Pathian out in the open. Is got himself a sniper shot, big opener onto Austin, takes in a bit of critical damage from the bat with a chimeric poison rolling into. That's gonna pop a slow into a silence, into a damage and heal reduction. Does go for the trinket, trying to see if he can dodge out of the poly, but is unable to. Ring of Fire collapsing around him, got himself a turtle, looking to get the hell out of dodge, trying to see if he can cut Austin into the freezing trap. But if Austin is careful, he should know that the freezing trap is right around that corner. If he's able to avoid it, trying to see if he can pull him back behind the pillar, and then meets him right there. Touch of the Magic. If he goes a little left, he's gonna eat that freezing trap. Maybe still hits Pathland. Potentially does not get to hit him at all. That is a rapid fire by the Hunter, doing a lot of damage. Big death shock him onto Austin. Potentially the most amount of damage the Hunter can do. Got himself a shot him up for a second with a little bit extra health. There goes the weirdest interaction with that. Death shock and missiles for rapid fire. Hold on a second. Both of them are so low. Does meet the barrage at the end. And Austin, oh, waterfall, could you please disappear? I'm trying to show off this man's mug. Okay, that's about as good as I could do. He does go in for a clean sweep after Parasite has gone through a 4-0. Seavark is able to stop him in his tracks and then continue on plowing on for his team. Well done, my guy. Well done.